My name is Rachel, and I am the public health nutritionist who works for the Cambridge Public Health Department. And in these videos, we are celebrating our Harvest of the Month, which is just a different food or food group that we celebrate for each month of the year. And all of them can be found either locally in Massachusetts or locally in New England. So for May, I am really excited because we are talking about seafood. So you have lots of options. All right, let's get started. All right, number one. Did you know that while today lobsters are considered fine dining foods, right? They're pretty expensive. That wasn't always the case for these crustaceans. Many years ago, lobsters were actually the food for people who lived in poverty or who were in prisons. And this is because they were actually so abundant in the New England waters where people were fishing. They were really inexpensive. And so lobsters have done a complete 180 from where they used to be. All right, number two. Did you know that crabs actually grow by shedding that hard exterior shell of theirs? The rigid shell holds that crab in place and limits its growth. So once they've shed that rigid shell, they can start taking in new water and then grow into the new shell. Number three. Did you know that cod, which is a very popular fish off the coast of New England, they mostly spawn between the months of January and April. And the females can actually release up to 5 million eggs. That is a lot of fish eggs and potential fish. And our last, number four. Did you know that bivalves, like oysters and clams, they actually are called filter feeders, and they eat plankton out of the water around them. And plankton are microscopic organisms that live in the water, so we can't see them, but they can be filtered out. So by pumping water in through their shells, these bivalves actually take in the water and filter out those little pieces of food. And bivalves can actually be used to help clean the water around them, which is so cool. They're used in water restoration projects around the world to help clean our waterways. All right, so for today, our quick and easy tasty snack is going to be white bean and tuna salad. So we have everything we need to actually put the salad together right here. We're going to use chickpeas or garbanzo beans, a can of tuna in water, half of a lemon. My lemon's kind of small, so I might end up using more than half of it, a cucumber or a zucchini, whichever you have, and then a couple stalks of celery. So we are going to first stop and wash our hands, right? That's how we always start every cooking project. So we're going to head over to the sink and just wash our hands in some nice warm soapy water for about 20 seconds. And once we are all set, then we are going to get into the cooking process. All right, so first step in this process, we are going to have to open our cans. So our chickpeas and our tuna. We're going to need a trusty can opener to get this job done, or if you have a pop-top can like I do for my chickpeas, you are going to have a little bit of an easier time. So let's start with our can of tuna. And then we're gonna just pop open our chickpeas. Oh, well look at that. See, mine broke, so I need to use my can opener anyway. All right, and our next step is actually just to take our can of tuna and we're gonna squeeze out that extra water that we have on top. So make sure you do this right over the sink, right? Because it can get a little bit messy. And just press right into it and squeeze. Just go around in a circle, get all that extra water out. All right. That's all set. So next we are going to get a colander. So we are going to rinse out our chickpeas a little bit. So you want to take that cover off the chickpeas and just pour them right into the bowl. Okay. And we're going to rinse in cold water. So you see those bubbles that are coming up. We just want to make sure that we rinse most of the bubbles away and the water runs clear underneath. All right, so we've got our knife. I'm going to slice my lemon right in half, and then I'm going to slice it in half again. So we have quarters. Perfect. So now I am going to just go ahead and squeeze this right into the bowl. We're going to cut up our cucumber or zucchini, and then we're going to get our celery stalks after. Okay, and this is another one that's going to roll around on us a little bit, so we want to be really careful. We're going to stabilize with our other hand, use our dominant hand for cutting. We're going to cut the tops off. Just cut mine into rounds first, and then I'm going to cut them up a little bit smaller as I go. There you go. If you want to cut them up a little bit smaller than you see here, feel free. Same thing, we're just going to chop the very ends off. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to cut mine right down the middle, and then remember, curl those fingers underneath. I'm going to slice these into small pieces. All right, and for our next step, we are going to take our lemon juice that we have here, and we're going to pour our chickpeas that we've drained right into the bowl. Okay. And then grab a potato masher. We're actually just going to mash our white beans a little bit.
How to use measuring cups and spoons. 4 1/4 teaspoons equal 1 teaspoon. 2 1/2 teaspoons equal 1 teaspoon. And 3 teaspoons equals 1 tablespoon. 2 1/4 cups equal 1/2 cup. 4 1/4 cups are 1 cup. 2 1/2 cups equals 1 full cup. And then 16 tablespoons are in 1 cup. Measuring cups and spoons are where math and food meet. So have some fun.
I hope that you all had a good time, learned something new, and are looking forward to enjoying some seafood at some point this month. So thank you from Cambridge in Motion and the Cambridge Public Health Department for tuning in, and I will see you next month. Bye.